I had not met John Singleton before I went actually on the set of Poetic Justice. He had telephoned and asked me if I would consider letting him use some of my poetry. I was delighted because I love to see what young men and women can do with my work. Then when he asked if I would come and do a cameo, I said yes. I wanted to be with young people, and I knew Janet Jackson was on that. And of course, Tupac Shakur. I don't like to act as such. It's not an art form with which I feel all that familiar. I do from time to time. But I thought that would be a lark to go out to California and do a 1-week stint with John Singleton, this bright, brash young director. And it was. It was more than I expected. I think John Singleton looked into the human heart and brought 3 seemingly different aspects of life together at the same time. The dark mood, the funny mood, and the compassionate mood. And that's part of what made me want to do the role and get to know John Singleton, because he was so young to have known that human beings evidence all emotions all the time. But also I was amazed, if not surprised, that a young man could have that much insight into the African American mores. It was wonderful. The opportunities for the African American filmmaker are so scant, so scarce, that it's embarrassing. Each time one of the young men or women now who make films has the opportunity, we rush to the theater, we rush to the screenings, because they're so few and rare and few between. And it's unfortunate. It's a part of a number of things. A part of racism, which is rife. It's also a part of something that's happened in our society, which has to do not with ambition, but rather with greed. So that the simple film, or that I don't mean simplistic, I mean the plain film, which could have been done in black and white, or maybe even in color, for $2 or $3 million, is now out of the window. People are actually spending $100 million to do a film with some big movie star's name. And if that movie star, if that film doesn't make that $90 million or $100 million back, he's a has-been. Don't even think about him anymore. Don't think about her anymore. There's something wrong. At some point, the thinker must think. What on earth has happened? Why are we so in such pursuit of the dollar? What happened to pursuit of excellence and pursuit of the soul, pursuit of the good thing? What happened? The thinker must think. I think that those two elements explain why it's difficult for the African American filmmaker, or for that matter, the Latino filmmaker, or the poor white filmmaker. I mean, the person who really is not going to have $25 million to make a film, hardly. What has happened? And are we only to have the epics, the sagas? You mean we can't have a quiet film that has a good story and good cast and a good director? Shame.